Are you still creating the record of your leads manually in your Google Sheets? Then this video is just for you. So hello everyone, welcome back to Pabbly. In this video we're going to learn how to add IndiaMART leads inquiries to Google Sheets for bakery business. So I am an owner of a bakery and using IndiaMART I receive a lot of leads details as well as the inquiries that they have. Here what I want is that as soon as any of the lead, a new inquiry is going to be generated in my IndiaMART account, I want to create that leads record in the inquiries record in my Google Sheets. I want to add the details in my Google Sheets. Now doing this manually is very time consuming. So what I've done is I've simply automated this entire process with the help of Pabbly Connect, which is an amazing automation and integration software. And here in this automation, I'm going to build a connection between IndiaMART and Google Sheets with the help of it. So if you also want to learn about this amazing automation process step by step, for that let me take you to my screen. In this video we're going to learn how to add IndiaMART leads inquiries to Google Sheets for bakery business. So as an owner of a bakery business, I use IndiaMART to receive inquiries from my potential customers who are interested in my products and services. And I use Google Sheets to organize and track these inquiries, ensuring I have a clear overview of customer details, requests, and follow-ups. By integrating IndiaMART with Google Sheets, I can automatically add every new inquiry directly from my IndiaMART account into my spreadsheet. This keeps my leads data organized and accessible in one place, making it easy for me to respond promptly and manage my sales efficiently. And I'm going to create this amazing automation between IndiaMART and Google Sheets with the help of Pabbly Connect. So on the screen you can see the website of Pabbly Connect, that is pabbly.com/connect. After browsing this website, we need to sign in to our Pabbly Connect account. But if you're a new user, you can sign up for free and get 100 free tasks every month. So as I'm an existing user, I'm going to sign in to my Pabbly Connect account. After signing in, you can see the All Pabbly Apps window in front of you, in which you can see all the applications that Pabbly provides, from which we are going to select this Pabbly Connect by clicking on this Access Now button right here. Then Pabbly Connect's dashboard is going to appear in front of you. In order to start an automation process in Pabbly Connect, we need to create a workflow. For that, click on this top right corner button right here that says Create Workflow. A dialog box is then going to appear in front of you, which is asking for the workflow name and for us to select a folder. So for the name of my workflow over here, I'm going to give it as Add IndiaMART Leads Inquiries to Google Sheets for Bakery Business. So this is the name that I want to give to my workflow, okay? After that, over here it is asking for us to select a folder. So on the left side of my screen, you can see I have created multiple folders in my Pabbly Connect account, from which I'm going to select a specific folder in which I want to save this workflow in. For that, click on this drop down. These are the folders from which I'm going to select IndiaMART Automations as the folder I want to save this workflow in. After giving the name to the workflow and selecting the folder, I'm going to click on this Create button in order to create a workflow. A workflow is created in the name of Add IndiaMART Leads Inquiries to Google Sheets for Bakery Business, and you can see there are two windows in front of you. One says Trigger, other says Action. So what is Trigger and Action? Trigger and action are the two most important steps of our automation process because our process depends on these two concepts. Over here, trigger says when this happens and action says do this. That means what is action? Action is a response towards our trigger. In an automation process, there can be only one trigger step but multiple action steps. We are going to set up our trigger step first. And for the trigger application over here, what I'm going to do is I'm going to select it as IndiaMART. As with the help of IndiaMART, I am receiving a lot of leads and inquiries for my bakery business. I want that as soon as a new inquiry is going to be generated in my IndiaMART account by the lead, I want over here the trigger should capture the response of that. And that is why for my trigger application, I'm going to select it as IndiaMART. And for the trigger event, I'm going to select it as new leads. After selecting the trigger application and the event, you can see that Pabbly Connect has provided us with a webhook URL. Using this unique webhook URL, we are going to build the connection between IndiaMART and Pabbly Connect by following the steps given here below in the help desk. So what I'm going to do is, firstly, I'm going to copy this URL from here. After copying the URL, I'm going to go back and log into my IndiaMART account that I want to connect to Pabbly Connect. So this is the account right over here that I want to connect to Pabbly Connect. And how we're going to connect this account? For that, from the left side of the panel, go to this Lead Manager option right here. After landing
corresponding towards the lead manager page. Over here on the top left corner it says menu. Click on this button and from the drop down go to import/export leads. After coming to this option, from this given drop down click on this push API option right here. After coming to push API integration page right over here, firstly it is asking for us to select a source. For that, click on this given drop down, and as you can see, the source that we require is not provided in the drop down, so I'm going to select it over here as other. As I'm going to do that, this window is going to appear in front of you. It's asking for the CRM platform name and the URL. For the platform name over here, I'm going to enter the platform name that I have, that is Pabbly Connect. This is the platform name, and for the URL I'm going to paste the webhook URL that Pabbly Connect has provided us. And after entering the platform name and the URL, I'm going to click on this save button right here. After that, over here it is asking for the reason why are we activating this API. For that, I'm going to select the random reason from the drop down, and then I'm going to click on this button right here. And as I'm going to do that, you can see the webhook URL is now been successfully added to my IndiaMART account. As now the source has been successfully added to my IndiaMART account, I'm going to go back to my workflow and scroll down. You can see over here it is saying waiting for webhook response. So now to check whether IndiaMART is successfully connected to Pabbly Connect or not, what I'm going to do is I'm going to generate a test lead in my IndiaMART account. And after generating the test lead, I'm going to check whether Pabbly Connect captures the response of the test lead being generated or not, to check whether the connection between these two applications has been successful. Okay, so now to generate the test lead, what I'm going to do is I'm going to log into my IndiaMART's user account, and with the help of the user account I'm going to generate the test lead. For that, I'm going to log into my user account. So this is my IndiaMART's user account, and with the help of this account, I'm going to generate the test lead. I have created a dummy product, so I'm going to search for that dummy product right here. So this is the dummy product that I've created. I'm going to select it over here, and using this dummy product, I'm going to generate the test lead. For that, I'm going to click on this contact supply button right here. It is asking for us to select all the details. I'm going to select the random details from here and then click on this next button. It is asking for the message, the inquiry that I have. So with the inquiry over here, I'm going to write it as, this is the inquiry that I have, that is interested in bulk order for cupcakes around 100 pieces for corporate event. This is the inquiry. I'm going to click on this next button, and for the GST number over here, I'm going to enter a dummy GST number, and then I'm going to click on this submit button. As I've done that, it says your details are sent. This means now the test lead is generated. As now the test lead is generated, I'm going to go back to my workflow. So this is my workflow, and if I'm going to scroll down, and yes, you can see right over here, the response of the test lead has been captured in our trigger. The status comes over here as success. We have received the unique query ID. This is the dummy subject. The state of the lead is Madhya Pradesh. The name is Angel. You can see right here. For the lead's mobile number, the mobile number is right here. Email comes as testuser@pabblytudes.com. Country comes as IN, that is India. Company is test company. City as Bhopal. Address as Bhopal, Madhya Pradesh. We have received the query date and time when it was generated. You can see right over here. This was the product name, the dummy product name that we have, and the message, that is the inquiry that we have generated, that says interested in bulk orders for cupcakes around 100 pieces for corporate event. This was the inquiry, and this was the details that we have selected. As the response of the lead being generated has been captured over here in our trigger, this means that IndiaMART is successfully connected to Pabbly Connect and our trigger setup is done. Now, whenever by any of the potential customers or clients a new lead and an inquiry is going to be generated in my IndiaMART account, automatically in the similar manner over here the trigger is going to capture the response of that. After setting up our trigger step, we need to set up our action step. My objective is that as soon as a new inquiry is going to be generated in my IndiaMART account, I want to create the record of the lead's details in my spreadsheet right here. And for that, we're going to set up our action step. And for the action application over here, what I'm going to do is I'm going to select it as Google Sheets. And for the action event, I'm going to select as add new row. After selecting the action application and the event, I'm going to click on this connect button. A window is going to appear in front of you, on which click on add new connection, or else you can select the existing connection that you have. After that, click on sign in with Google. A window is then going to appear in front of you, which is asking for a permission. So I'm going to click on this allow button. As the see, present my data is perfectly saved with Pabbly Connect. So I'm going to click on this allow button right here. As I've done that, you can see we've successfully authorized Google Sheets to Pabbly Connect. After authorizing over here, it is asking for us to select a spreadsheet. So I've created a spreadsheet over here in the name of IndiaMART's lead details. So what I'm going to do is, for the spreadsheet over here, I'm going to select it as IndiaMART lead details. Okay. Then over here it is asking for us to select a sheet. So in the spreadsheet, I have created a single sheet in the name of sheet 1, you can see right here. So for the sheet over here, I'm going to select it as sheet 1 from the drop down. After that, over here it is asking for the unique query ID, name, email, phone number, company, address, city, state, country, product name, and the message. So what are these fields? These are the same headers that I've created in this spreadsheet right here. Unique query ID, name, email, phone number, country, address, city, state, country, product name, and the message you can see right here. And under these headers, I want to create a record of my leads details. So over here for the data of these fields, what we are going to do is we are going to map the data. Mapping means inserting data from the previous step. So we're going to insert the data from the previous step of this workflow. And how it works is that as soon as I'm going to click on this field, this was a previous step, and as I'm going to click on it, you can see this was response of our leads details, and I want to create a record of this same lead in my spreadsheet. So for the data of this unique query ID, I'm going to select the data of the unique query ID of my lead from my previous response. As I've selected the data from my previous response, the data is mapped, and as I have mapped the data has now become dynamic. That means now, whenever a new response is going to be captured in our previous step, automatically the new data is going to be updated in place of this mapped data, okay? After entering the unique query ID, it is asking for the name. So for the name over here, I'm going to map the data of my lead's name. For the email over here, I'm going to search for the email right here. I'm going to map the data of the email. For the phone number over here, I'm going to map the data of the phone number that I've received right here of my lead. For the company over here, I'm going to map the data of the company that I've received. That is right here. I'm going to map the data, okay? After that, it is asking for the address. So for the address over here, I'm going to map the data of the address that I've received. For the city over here, I'm going to map the data of the city. For the state over here, I'm going to map the data of the state right here. After that, over here, it is asking for the country. So for the country over here, I'm going to map the data of the country that I've received. For the product name, I'm going to map the data of the product name right here. And for the message over here, I'm going to map the data of the message that I've received right here, okay? After filling in all the required details, I'm going to click on this Save and Send Test Request button right here. As I've done that, we have received a response. This is a positive response. So now I'm going to open my spreadsheet and check whether the record of my new lead has been created in my Google Sheets or not. For that, I'm going to open the spreadsheet that I've created. So you can see right over here, yes, the record of my leads details has been successfully created in my spreadsheet. The unique query ID comes over here, the name of the lead as Angel, email as testuser@pabblytools.com, for the phone number, the mobile number, company as test company, address as Bhopal, Madhya Pradesh, city as Bhopal, state as Madhya Pradesh, country as IN, that is India. This is the product name you can see right over here, the dummy product that I've created. With that, the message you can see right over here, that is interested in bulk order for cupcakes, okay? As the record of the leads details has been successfully created in my spreadsheet right here, this means that we have successfully created an automation between IndiaMART and Google Sheets with the help of Pabbly Connect. So now to sum up till now what we have done, I am an owner of a bakery business, and using IndiaMART, I receive a lot of leads and inquiries for my business for the products and services that I provide. For the trigger over here, I've selected it as IndiaMART new leads, as whenever in my IndiaMART account, a new lead is going to be generated related to my business. Over here, the trigger is going to capture the response of the leads details and the inquiries that they have. And after we are setting up our trigger step, using this lead, I wanted to create a record of it in my spreadsheets. For that, I've set up this action step, in which for my action application, I have selected it as Google Sheets and action event as add new row. And with the help of Pabbly Connect, I've built the connection between IndiaMART and Google Sheets in this similar manner. So this was it for this video. Thank you so much for watching.
Not just with these applications, you can create automation between multiple other applications with the help of Pabbly Connect. If you have any questions, you can contact us on support@pabbly.com. If you have any queries, you can check the queries on forum.pabbly.com. And if you have any pricing related issues, then you can check out this link. If you like this video, please do subscribe to our channel, hit on the like button, comment on if you have any questions or doubts, and please share this video.